Hey everyone, welcome to today's Yoga Sculpt class. I'm using 3-pound weights and I always have my trusty block nearby. Grab what you need so we can begin. We're starting off in child's pose. As your heels connect towards your seat, you're reaching your arms forward and then gradually threading the needle. Right arm underneath the left and then left arm underneath the right. Once your palms come back to the top of your mat, you're shifting forward into a modified up dog and rocking back to child's pose, doing that 2 more times. As you shift your heels and your seat together, breathe out and then lift your heart and gaze up. Moving your knees underneath your hips, you're then extending your right leg back and your left arm is moving in a circular motion 3 times before switching to the other side, where now your left leg extends back and your right arm is moving in a circular motion 3 times. Once completed, reach back for your weights and move into bird dog. Right arm extends forward, left leg back. We're doing this action a total of 5 times. Once you switch, your left arm extends forward and your right heel extends back. You're doing this again a total of 5 times, keeping your core intact and your muscles strong. From here, begin to sit down on your heels and lift both weights straight up over your head and back down, doing this a total of 5 times, maintaining a 5-rep count for each variation that we do. After this, we're now sitting up tall and take an overhead shoulder press. As both weights come apart, your hips elevate. After the 5th one, you're staying up on your shins and moving into bicep curls for a total of 5. After the last one, come back down, lower your weights, move onto your hands and knees and go into donkey kicks, doing 10 each side, ensuring your heel is flexed towards the ceiling, your shoulders above your wrist, and your core nice and strong. From here, reach back, grab onto your right ankle or around your toes and kick high to the ceiling. And then switch it out, ensuring you get a good grip so that you can elevate your heel to the ceiling and feel the stretch into your quads. Once again, grabbing onto your weights, easy bicep curls, total of 5. As you lift up your hips, you bring the weights in towards your biceps. Staying upright for the next transition, weights are just moving forward a total of 5 times. And then the next transition, arms moving out to the sides as you lower and lift your hips. Once again, 5 times. After this last one, you're going to begin to step the right foot forward and just do shoulder head press. Weights facing one another, shoulders are still relaxed away from your ears. Switching to the left side, remember to keep your core strong and finish the remaining 5 on the left side. Once completed, step your left foot back, move into downward facing dog, and briefly pedal out your feet. From here, you're going to take your heels as wide as your mat for a nice deep twist. Right hand to your left ankle, and then left hand towards your right ankle. Breathe out, bring your palm back down to your mat, walk your heels to touch, elevate your right leg, and then step it forward, moving to grab your weights, and doing a total of 5 tricep kickbacks. After the 5th one, weights come down, and then you begin to switch legs. Once again, good form, spine is nice and straight, your left knee is tracking above your heel, and your right leg is strong. Once you step forward, begin to grab both weights and move into a goddess pose position. Perfect time for lateral raises each time you straighten your legs, going here a total of 5 times. After the 5th one, stand up nice and tall, keep those weights in your palms, and begin your open arm flies, standing tall, shoulders above the hips, and ensuring that you're doing this a total of 5 times. After the last one, bend into your right knee and then overhead press, bringing both weights overhead and then bending back into your knee. After doing this a total of 5 times, you're then going to pause, take a deep breath in and out, and go right into overhead shoulder press, a total of 5 times. Then switching to the left side, you'll now bend into your left knee and raise both weights over your head, straight lines, straight to the ceiling as you bend deep into your left leg. After the fifth one is complete, begin to then take your weights to your mat, moving into a wide-legged forward fold, and then a gentle twist. Right arm extending up, breathing out, left arm extending high. Reach for both weights, come back up, turn to face the top of your mat, and let's go into a nice strong lunge. As we begin to bend our left knee, we're then doing a bicep curl as we come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Then begin to slowly pulse here, keeping those hips low, feeling the burn in your quads before stepping forward and switching legs. In your lunge stance, as you straighten your back leg, you then bicep curl. Continue to do so for 5 times. The next 5 are once again your gentle pulses. Keep your gaze straight ahead and your hips nice and low. Stepping your right foot forward, moving into reverse flies. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your hips low for your tricep kickbacks. Remember, weights are facing the ceiling every time you extend your arms back. Next transition, all the way up, standing tall, and then seated low. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Rise to stand, step your foot out wide, begin to now bring the weights together, bend into the right knee each time you take the weights apart. Keep the shoulders relaxed, arms are in one straight line. Once you've done 5 on this side, you'll transition to bending into your opposite leg. Left knee bends, arms come out straight. Feel this bicep curl every time that you draw the weights to touch at the center of your chest. 2 more times here before turning your toes in and taking a forward fold. Left hand reaches towards your right heel, right arm lifts up. Switching side, left hand drops, right arm extends up. Let's do that once again on each side. And then grab onto your weights and begin to rise to stand up. Stepping your left foot to meet the right, you're extending your left foot back and forth. Doing this a total of 5 times, ensuring that you're keeping the right knee bent and your hips nice and low. Switching sides, then the right foot steps back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving right into reverse flies, keeping your hips nice and low. Knees should just be elevated above your toes. Moving into our front raises, arms come up straight ahead, shoulders, elbows, and wrists in line. Each exhale breath allows us to sit low. Finishing out the standing sequence, overhead shoulder press as you march in place. 2, 3, 4, and going to number 10. After you've done marching in place, you're moving into a curtsy where you will pulse. Step the right foot back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go back to marching in place, weights overhead. Remember that marching in place with your weights overhead as you're doing is a great way to train your core stabilizer muscles. Now get ready for the other side, shifting the left foot back for your curtsy lunge, pulsing here for 5. After the last one, begin to forward fold, dropping your weights to your mat, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank, into downward facing dog. Once you take another deep twist, right hand reaches out for the left ankle, left hand goes for the right ankle. As your palms walk forward, shift your knees to your mat for child's pose. And it'll feel really great to thread the needle here, right arm underneath the left, and left arm underneath the right. Now make your way onto your back and reach for your block or maybe even a blanket if that feels best for you. Not here long, but just enough to enjoy mindful breathing and then a shift into windshield wiper swishes. to let go of any lasting tension in the hips. Once your knees come back into your chest, you rise up, grounded. Open twist, left and right. And then gradually commencing class with one final deep breath in and out. It's been a pleasure to lead you. Namaste.